day and welcome to yet another edition of Game Time with Marco. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your views, comments, as well as suggestions. Thank you for watching our previous editions. Please do make sure that you like and subscribe, as well as share our page with your friends, family, and everybody else. It is Game Time with Marco. Today we are bringing to you a champion of the COSAFA, the captain of the Brave Gladiators, Lovisa Mulunga. Lovisa, good day and thank you for joining us.
Good day, Marco. Thank you so much for having me today. It's
a pleasure having you. So how does it feel to be called a champion?
I mean, that feeling really isn't settling in yet because it's so real. It's like, did we really do this, you know? So I think it will still take time for me to process that I am actually a champion.
3 weeks later, 4 weeks later?
Marco, I don't know. It still hasn't sunk in for me.
Okay, we'll get back to that because the purpose of today's interview is to get to know you, just to get to know who Lovisa Mulunga is. So I'll start off by asking you, who is Lovisa Mulunga? Where were you born? Where did you grow up? And which schools did you attend to?
Okay, so Lovisa Mulunga is a young girl from the location, Vambo location, born and bred in Windhoek. I did my primary school at People's Primary School in Katutura, and then I proceeded to do my high school at Academia Secondary School, of which I finished, and I did an undergrad at University of Namibia. I did business administration, and then because the market was so saturated and it was also a good opportunity for me to pursue and further my studies, I got an opportunity to do my master's in the US, where I got a sports scholarship where I had to play and study. Yes. So I completed my master's at Albany State University in Georgia in 2021. But outside of that, also footballer, obviously. Started my footballing career officially in 2009. But before that, you know, we always play in the streets here and there. But I got into the women's football setting in 2009. That's where I joined JS Academy.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's great. You say you were born and bred in Windhoek, but I do follow you on social media, by the way. I stalk your accounts. Not really stalk, but I do follow you on Instagram. I saw you posted in November or in December. You were playing football in the north.
Yes.
With the boys there. Yes. I think you're the only girl who was playing there.
Yes.
So how then do you go to the north and play football in the north? You just went there to play, or?
I mean, originally when you say you are from home, where you are from, we say we are from the north.
Yeah.
So my parents are from the north. They just moved to Windhoek because of, you know, work and stuff. Yes. I am from a village called Onalunike, and that is where you saw me playing football with the boys. It was off season and it was just something that I wanted to do, and I was like, why not join in the boys and play some football with them?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you also have roots in the north?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's
definitely,
great.
Yeah.
Okay, how was it growing up in Vambo location and going to People's Primary School? How was it those days?
I mean, it was always a challenge because, again, Vambo location is a very, like, the location in itself has a lot of, like, there are a lot of negative things that happen within Vambo location. But again, my mother instilled those principles within us, and I think that is what carried me through to become a very disciplined and obedient person, and also stick by my values and principles. Again, it was not an easy journey. Sometimes you don't want to go to school, but my mom will be like, you have to go to school. The school must bring you home and say, okay, she can't be in school. But other than that, we will always attend school regardless.
At that time, were you playing football already?
Yes, I was. But again, it was not structured football. It was just a thing of, guys, assemble together. Let's go play quickly before school starts. And then break time, play here and there. But then later, we went into a more structured setting, which was, I think, better for me. It was also good to see that there are other girls that really enjoy this sport, and it gave me more reason to want to play this game.
Okay, those girls that you're playing with at, let's say, at primary school, where are they now?
They have chosen different paths. I am the only one, unfortunately, that went into...
What do you mean, unfortunately?
I mean, I would have loved to have more than one of us to be like in the national team from the same primary school. But again, they went into different paths, obviously, which is also good for them. And I think this was my passion. And that is why I decided to continue with it, even after my primary school.
At Academia, did they have a girls' team?
No, they did not have a girls team. So what happened was I had to go play for another school. Is it St. George's? So I had to go from academia to St. George's and play for St. George's school because we didn't have a girls team.
And how did your parents feel about you playing football?
My mom was very supportive. Where I really saw that she was supportive was when in 2009, when I had to leave for the first time to Norway. She was really there supporting me. She even came to Soccer House when we had to say goodbyes to our families and whatnot. She was there. She was supporting me. And that is when I knew that my mom is really in support of my footballing career, and this is definitely something I can do with her support by my side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, after high school, what or did you continue playing when you were junior? Did you continue playing football, or you just focused on your education there?
Football never left me. I never left football. So even during my university years, I did play football. There were times where I was called up for the national team and then I had to miss some of my classes because I traveled with the national team. So again, even during my university years, I was still in football. It was just a matter of balancing and prioritizing what is important to me.
Then let's talk about you joining JS Academy. What made you join JS Academy? Who was the link for you to go to JS Academy, and where did they scout you?
Okay, so we went to Soccer House. One of this lady introduced me that there's Soccer House where young girls can play football and whatnot. So when I went to Soccer House, there was no team for young girls at the time. And then when a lot of girls were coming, we assembled a team, and then that's when JS decided, oh yeah, let me start this team together with these young girls that have joined. Okay. And so that's how we got into JS Academy.
Okay. So you're one of the pioneers of JS Academy.
Yes.
Yeah. For those who don't know, JS Academy is Cheki Shipanga. It was called Cheki Shipanga Academy.
Yes.
We'll talk about their transformation a bit later on. Now, when you start now playing for JS Academy, how is it like? I mean, it's just a group of girls that you've assembled and you start playing football. Who were you playing against and how was it playing them?
So we joined, so the year that we were assembled together and we got together, we joined the Super League. At the time, we are still young, small girls. So our expectations were not so high because we are playing against the likes of Poppies them, Stella them that are already in the structure that have been there prior to us joining JS Academy. So for us, it was just a thing of getting the necessary experience and building on that. And we joined the Super League. And in that first year that we joined the Super League, that's where we came out third place, which was actually a very surprising moment for us. And we were very happy because, come on, we just joined the first time and already we're making headlines. We are third in the sloop.
So who was coaching you then? Was it Cheki or it was somebody else doing the coaching?
Jace was coaching us and she was also playing.
Oh, okay.
So there were times where she would be the goalkeeper and the coach. So during the time that she's not the goalkeeper, she would be the one to coach us. Okay. Yeah, so she was definitely our coach.
So now when you are playing structured football, how would you compare to it at that time? How were you comparing to it with the football that you're playing in the streets and at school?
In the at school, you play anywhere you want. You run the whole field. Like for me, I was very active. Like I'm very active. I have so much energy. So you'd find me playing defense, going to play strike. Next thing I want to be the one doing the throw-ins. Next thing I want to be the one to take the free kicks. But when I came into the structured footballing structure, it was more organized. It was a thing of, okay, now who's a free kick master takes the free kick, who's good at throw-ins takes the throw-ins, and so forth. So that transition for me was a little bit challenging because I'm used to this just running around and doing everything and being all over the place. So that difference was really like noticeable, and I was like, oh, okay, so this is how things are done here, so this is how it's done. And then I had to adapt to that new structure of doing things.
Yeah, she's right. She was running all over the pitch in the north on that video that I saw. And then now, when you start playing for JS Academy, was there any thoughts of you that one day you would play for the national team? You would travel all these countries that you have traveled with the national team. Let alone, was there any thoughts of you winning any trophy, or for example the COSAFA trophy with the Brave Gladiators?
Honestly, at the time I was very young. For me, it was just a thing of enjoying football. I didn't really have a vision of either like one day winning a cup, or like I wasn't visionary like that. But again, as I went into the footballing structure, and when we won the third place in that Super League that year, my thinking started to change. I'm like, oh, okay, actually we can actually win the Super League. Oh, actually I can actually make it even to national teams one day, like how clinky them are. Oh, actually I can, So my thinking started to change as time went by. But initially my thought was I just want to play football, and and have fun, and that's it. But again, as time went by, my thinking changed. Yeah.
And how did football affect your relations, not only with your family, but with other people outside? I mean, there's a lot of stereotypes about women footballers. There's a lot of sort of things that people would say or think about women footballers that are really not true, but we're not going to talk about them. I'm just asking how they then affect your relationships with people around you.
I mean, there are a lot of stereotypes around footballers and women footballers, and I don't let that affect me. I don't let that get a hang of me. I just honestly just sideline it and just continue with my day, play my football, do what I love most, because at the end of the day, people will always have an opinion. People will always have something to say, whether it's positive or negative. It's always just up to me, myself, to take in the positive and sideline the negatives at the end of the day. Yeah.
And then looking at it, when was your first national team call up?
Okay, for the senior team or like for the just national team?
Okay, for the first one, any national team, whether it's under 15, under 16.
So it was in 2009 where we went to the Norway Cup under 14, and I was also the captain for the under 14 national team that went to the Norway Cup. So it was a relationship, I think, with the Namibian government in Norway, where they send young sports teams, yes. So we went there and we went to play in a tournament on the other side. Okay.
Who do you remember from that team that went to Norway locally?
I remember Emma Naris, my teammate. I remember Anna Shikusho, my teammate also. Kadisha Kazimbu, also playing together at Ongos. And it's good to see that how we have grown together
as a group.
As a group, starting from JS Academy and now also at Ongos Ladies.
So you go to Norway. That's when you say your mom showed her support to you by even coming to soccer to say goodbye to you and supporting you fully. What did that trip to Norway do to open your eyes? How did it open your eyes?
That moment was a moment I realized that football is actually a big sport. Football is actually well recognized. Football is actually played by women like that. Like, it's not something that I can shy away and say, oh no, because I'm a girl, I can't play football. Yes. And just to see how much the governments and the municipalities of Norway support women football, that really opened my eyes, and I was like, oh, okay, really? All of this is happening. And something like this, if this also happens in Namibia, if we can get full support from, municipalities, local business people, yes. So that will actually also grow football with Namibia. So that was an eye-opening moment for me.
So you're under 14 and you're traveling out of the country. Was that your first time to travel out of the country?
Yes.
How did it feel, if you can still remember?
It felt amazing, because I'm like, oh, football can actually do this. So if this can happen now, it can happen 10 more times. So I'm going to stay in here. I'm going to stay here, and then I can even travel more with the national team and play for my country.
So I assume that was your first time also being on a plane?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
How was that feeling?
I'm afraid of heights. Let me just come clean with this. I'm very much afraid of heights.
Yeah.
So it was a scary moment for me, but the destination was what was on my mind. Getting to Norway was what I wanted the most. So I didn't really mind about flying and all of that. Yeah. So it was a nerve-wracking moment, honestly.
At 14, what culture shock did you encounter when you were in Norway? Something that the Norwegian people, I know there's a very good relationship dating to back in the days of, the liberation struggle. There's that, cooperation between Namibia and Norway. But what culture shock did you experience there?
Let me get back to that one. Let
Later on.
Yes, let me
Okay.
think of
All right.
that one.
We'll come back to that one
Yes.
later on. All right, so now you play for the under-14s, you come
Yeah.
back to Namibia. What were the lessons that you learned and you took from that Norway trip?
I think one of the main lessons was that, let me think.
Maybe as an individual and as a team. I know you were young. It's difficult to come and say.
So I'm trying to go back, 20 years plus ago. I'm trying to think now. Sorry, I also
Right,
get,
we'll come back to that one. Now, you come back here. When was your first senior cap, and which team did you play against, or which country did you play against?
Okay, so it was in 2015. We played a qualifiers game against Angola. I'm not sure if it was AFCON qualifiers or World Cup qualifiers. So it was one of the two where we played in Windhoek at Temnioma Stadium, and then we also went to Luanda to play in Angola, the second leg. So when I went to Angola, that's when I got the opportunity to play at 15 for the first time at the senior national team. And honestly, I'm truly grateful to Jackie Shipanga for giving me that opportunity and entrusting a 15-year-old to play against 20-something-year-old opponents. So yeah, that was my first time.
So you got your first cap in 2015. In 2014, Namibia hosted the WAFCON, the Women Africa Cup of Nations, and you didn't make it to that squad.
No, actually, sorry. I lost track of time. Let me take back. I did play in 2014.
Okay.
Yes. So the first one was in 2012. 2012 when I played in Angola.
That was
2012, not 2015, sorry. And then 2014, I got a chance I was selected for the team, for the AFCON team, and I played against Zambia, and I got injured. My knee got injured, and then I was unfortunately off, and then I couldn't play the rest of the
What position were you playing?
I was playing right back.
Right back, I
yes.
remember that,
Yeah.
And I think you're replaced by...
Cordom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was a tactical change inside there, and then... Yes.
Yeah. So how was it playing at the AFCON that was hosted here in 2014? Because it was, for me, I was also coming through my journey as a journalist those days. I was still doing radio journalism, radio sports journalism, and it was a wow moment for us, as guys to go cover. We didn't have a lady sports journalist at our office, try to go cover the women's game. How was it for you?
It was really an amazing feeling. I was happy that Namibia got to host an event of this magnitude right in the heart of Windhoek, and it was really beautiful to see how Telecom Namibia came to be the primary sponsor of that event, and just the support from Namibia. When we went out there playing our first game, it was so beautiful to see the support from Namibia. The stands were full, and it was also nerve-wracking again because I'm like, now I'm expected to perform because 100 plus people came to watch us, so we are expected to perform.
Actually thousands and thousands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was really beautiful. Honestly, it was so beautiful. And again, I'm so glad to be a part of to have been part of that squad.
Obviously, that day the Gladiators beat Zambia. I think it was 2-1.
2-0.
2-0. Yeah.
Yes.
It was a 2-0 scoreline. And now, when you look at it, Zambia has become a bogey team for Namibia. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think Zambia has invested a lot in their football, and also one of the edge that they have is that they have a lot of players playing outside of Zambia, and they also have constant active leagues that are ongoing. With Namibia, we don't have so many people that are playing outside. We have like two, three at most. And again, our league is not at the same level as the league of the Zambia. So they really have an edge over us. So if we have to match Zambia, that would mean we would have to train extra harder compared to them. So if they are in camp for a year, for example, hypothetically, we have to be in a camp for a year and a half, for example. If they are in camp for 2 months, we have to be in camp for 4 months so that we meet them at the same level. They will always have an edge over us because of that advantage that they have with players playing outside.
And it's not only Zambia that if you look at a country like Botswana, I remember watching one match at Temnioma. I think we beat them 6-1 or so. But now looks like the tables are turning against us. They're always beating us. And you speak about investment in women's football. Do you think we have done enough as a country to invest in women's football?
No, I don't think we have done enough.
What would you change if I gave you a carte blanche situation and say, change women's football?
The first thing that I would look at is to invest in grassroots football.
Okay.
Because within grassroots football, you have that transition from under 14, under 20, senior national team. And that is where we came from. We came from the under 14 level structure where there was the Girls and Girls League. And then we graduated into the under 15, under 16, under 20, and then into the senior level team. And again, all that hard work came to fruition now when you're seeing us winning the COSAFA Cup. So I would invest in the grassroots football to say, okay, bring the best of the best throughout the country, bring them in the camp in Windhoek, for example. Let's keep them there. Let's have like a structured league for them throughout the year or something. Let them go to school from this hostel and, just football and soccer. I mean, it's just school and football. And then they graduate to under 16, graduate to senior level. And then you will see that return on your investment that you are making. So for me, let's invest in the grassroots football. We don't have that at the moment. So if I phase out now and I say I'm leaving football, there's nobody coming to replace me. It's going to take another 5 years to produce a player with similar qualities as myself. So yeah, that is where we are lacking as a nation.
And we have seen already your friend Emma said that she was also leaving the national team. How difficult is it going to be to replace her? I mean, she might not have been a starter at this tournament, but her leadership qualities in the dressing room counted for a lot. How difficult is it going to be to replace her?
Again, it's going to be very challenging because we don't have that structure in place. It would have been nice to say, okay, Emma, you can go now because we have somebody coming in. For us as her teammates, we find it hard to accept that she's leaving because who's then going to replace her? Who's then going to take her place? So if we had all those structures in places, it would have been easier to say, okay, Emma, you can go, just play club football. If you want to, you can leave. It's fine. But now again, it's really a challenge for us.
It's really a challenge.
Yeah.
All right. Now you play for JS Academy, and then all of a sudden, JS Academy then revamps or rebrands to Tura Magic. How was that move for you guys?
It was a bittersweet moment because, I mean, we have all gotten so used to JS Academy and we love the history behind JS Academy. And now this transition into a new name of Tura Magic, we are like, what is Tura Magic? Who is Tura Magic? Why is this happening? But again, JS saw the reason why she did what she did, and she saw the picture as to why she changed and changed the name to Tura Magic. Yeah.
So was she still part of the team at that time when you guys went to
Tura Magic?
Tura Magic, yeah.
Yes. She was still, when you give something over to somebody, you have to also kind of train the next person taking over that role. So she went into Tura Magic to train the person that is going to take over, because this is a women's football team, and women's football team is run differently compared to a men's football team. So she needed to be there for at least a season or two before actually backing out entirely.
Yeah. So now looking at it, that move to Tura Magic, what would you say about it now? From JS Academy to Tura Magic, what is the first thought that comes into your head? Just a random thought about you moving from JS Academy to Tura Magic.
Random thought. I would say maybe more opportunities.
It gave you guys more opportunities.
Yes.
Okay.
Because again, I feel like we got more opportunities because now we are together with the boys. If the boys get something, we can also get to benefit from what they are getting. So it was something positive for us, because with JS Academy, it was just JS Academy running it themselves, and now going into Tura Magic, there are these people that were running Tura Magic, so at least we also get something now,
And then how many titles did you guys win as JS Academy first?
We won third place when we initially started, and then when we went into the second season, we came first.
Okay.
So I would say two.
To JS Academy.
Yes.
Okay. And then with Tura Magic?
With Tura Magic, just the Super League.
Yeah.
The Super League.
No, let's talk about the Super League first. Talk about the cup later.
The Super League, I think we won.
There are so many you can't remember.
3 titles, I think. Three. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, speaking under correction also.
I think it's more than 3.
But for the Super League only, I think.
For the Super League, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, for the Commerce region, there was a Commerce region league at one point in time. Was there no regional league that you guys played in?
No, the only one we played was a bounce back cup. There was a bounce back cup, and there was a. Yeah, I only know of the bounce back cup, and then the Hage King Cup was with with Ongos.
Now, and then Tura Magic also then rebrands to Ongos,
Yes.
FC Ongos.
Yeah.
Didn't you guys feel like, why are we always being, are we those kids that are just being moved around? Are we orphans that are just being moved around to?
Again, like I said, there was always a purpose for that rebranding and that rechanging. We were always optimistic when it came to that rebranding because we know what lies ahead. It's always something good that lies ahead. And Jay has reassured us that this rebrand there's a reason why we are rebranding. There's something good that lies ahead. And indeed, there was something good that was waiting for us on the other side. And we were just like, okay, cool. We're excited. Who's this new owners? Who are this, So, yeah.
All right. And then now, how many titles have you won? Did you win with Ongos?
We won, I think 2. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure.
So is winning so...
It's in the blood that you forget.
You forget, yeah. Okay, all right. No, I understand. I mean, so many medals and so many trophies at home. It should have been 3, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's 3 titles, and last year you came second.
Yeah.
So, 3 titles and the runners-up medal. And the Haga Gengop Cup.
And the PST Bet.
And the PST Bet Cup.
Yes.
So those are like 5 that you have won with Ongos. Yeah. How does it feel to win almost everything that is there to offer on the women's football front in Namibia?
It feels really great. It just shows that our hard work, dedication to the game did not go to waste. But it also set a certain standard that we always have to maintain, which is also kind of pressure in a way. But again, it's really a good feeling to know that, the PST Cup we have won, the Hage King Cup we have won, the Super League Cup we have won. It kind of also brings that confidence within to say, actually I've won all these cups that Namibia could possibly offer.
And then let's talk about the Brave Gladiators. Yeah, you made your debut in 2012. We're in 2026 now. That's like what, 14 years? Yeah, 14 years playing for the senior national team. When you started for the Brave Gladiators, who were the players that were there that you remember?
Zenata Coleman was there. Kumsi was there. Klenki Fredericks, Stella Williams, Stacey Naris also, Emma Naris, Lena Norrises, Anna Shikusho, Kipa Ross.
Who's Kipa Ross?
Kipa Ross is the goalkeeper that was playing for Julino. The one that also was in the 2014 first choice goalkeeper. And then Damara also our second choice goalkeeper. Novata was there. Vewe Kochipati was there.
So if you look at that team that you started with there and the one that you started with now, what would you say is the difference between those two teams?
The current team has more hunger and desire. The previous team, yes, the hunger was there, but not as much as the current team.
Okay.
Yeah, and the teamwork, the cohesion, that togetherness, with the current team, it's definitely there. Yeah.
Okay. No, we're not saying the former guys were bad. Please.
No,
we're
not at all. Not at all.
All we're saying is, there's just different levels to these things. Okay. And then let's look at the coaches that you played under. You started in the streets. Everybody was a coach there. And then you went to school. You probably had a coach there at school. You went to Jess Academy. Jackie was the coach there, Jackie Shipanga. And then it went on and on and on. You had Tura Magic, and then you had Ongos, and then the Brave Gladiators as well. There's been so many coaches coming through. I'm trying to think at the people that have coached there: Brian Isaacs, Hoodie, Mevin, who else? Paulo Shipanga, and now Lucky Kakuva. Amongst those coaches, there are different coaches.
Yes.
What has been the difference amongst them?
I think it's maybe the coaching style and the approach towards the game. Everyone has their own game philosophy and how they want to play the game. So that also becomes a challenge for us as players because every coach comes in with their style of play and they want to implement that. Now for us, unfortunately, as Brave Gladiators, we had a constant change of coaches. And then when you have to change coaches, that means you have to change the style of play as a player because of the philosophy that the coaches has. So now for us as players, we're like, okay, now we have a new coach. Now it's maybe, let's say, 4-4-2 system. And then another coach comes in, oh, now we have to change 3-5-2 system. So that change becomes a challenge for us. It's fine, yes, you can have your philosophy, you can have your way of playing, but that also affects us as players. And I think the association does not realize that effect that it has on us as players. Yes.
So would you then say that most of the not really most of the time, but it makes it difficult for you guys to enjoy national team football because of the constant change of coaches?
To a certain extent, yes. But we always try to look at it on a positive side, not always linger on that
negative
negative aspect of it.
Okay. And with also the coaches that come in, what are the lessons that you learn from the different coaches that come through? Because obviously there can't be only negative things. There has to be positive stuff that you guys learn from the coaches that you've worked under throughout the years.
I mean, especially with Coach Woody Jacobs, he's a very patient coach with the players. He has instilled so much discipline within us as football players, and I really commend him for that. And he has boosted a lot of confidence within us as players, because there are times where we think it's not doable, and then he reassures us and reminds us that, guys, you are actually good players. You can actually beat the likes of Zambia if you want to. So that reassurance that he always instills in us as players was something that I would really commend him for.
And obviously, it's not only the coaches that are coming in and going, it's also the players. There have been players that have been there. Some left a few years ago. If I can think of a player like Vewe or Kodom, they have been there and then they left. And there are new players that are coming in. How is that transition, to saying we are losing an experienced player like Kodom? She's played in college football in America, and Vewe has played some league football in Germany. But then we are getting these young, raw, talented players as well that are coming in. How does it affect the dynamics of the team?
I mean, the transition is not as challenging as you might think of it, because, again, the likes of Nancy Lebang, Nancy Lebang can equally come to the party when she's given the opportunity. Yes, Cordom is a good player. She was technically very gifted, tactically very good. But again, her moving and Nancy Lebang coming in and filling up her space, we didn't miss Cordom so much because Nancy filled that space in. So the transition is really quite smooth. But the problem comes in because we only have maybe one Nancy coming in. We only have one Michelle coming in. If we were having 5 Nancys coming in while we have one Cordom, that would have been exceptionally well. The transition is smooth, but it's just the number of people that we are transitioning is just not enough. Yes.
Okay, and then let's look now at your achievements as the Brave Gladiators across across all these 12 years. Obviously, I spoke about you winning so many trophies at club level. I remember at one point in time you guys played Nampol. It was the Deb Marine Cup in
Hobabis.
Yeah, and you guys lost, I think, on penalties.
No, we lost 1-0.
On extra time, I think.
Yes.
You have won some, you have lost some, and with the Brave Gladiators also is the same. You have played quite a number of matches over the years. You have won some and you have lost some. Which match stands out for you besides the COSAFA Cup final? Stands out for you that here we played our heart out?
The 2014 against Zambia. That game, you could really see that each and everyone wanted it the most. Like, the performance from the get-go was exceptionally well. The likes of Lena, myself, Mami Kasano was our captain at the time. We really performed really well. So that game really stood out for me, and it was like one of the highlight games of my footballing careers also,
Yeah. I think for me, it will be the match against Zambia. I think it was the AFCON qualifiers. You played in Zambia. The first leg, I think you played the first leg in Zambia, and I think you drew 0-0.
Oh.
Yeah. And
I was not around. When Coach Hudi, and then when they played second leg in South Africa and lost 1-0.
They drew 1-1 and Zambia qualified
because of
away goal.
Difference.
Why were you not in the team?
So I was in the US. I was in school and I was working, so I didn't get off to come and play.
Okay.
Yeah, but the plan was, had we qualified, I was gonna leave everything behind and come
back. Okay.
Yeah, so that was the plan.
Okay. Yeah, so for me that was the game, and the other one, I think it was in Zim. It was a COSAFA tournament, the women's COSAFA tournament in Zimbabwe. I think in Bulawayo, Babafil Stadium. I can't remember. I think you played Lesotho and you beat them 5 or 6. In
Bulawayo. Yes, I remember that game.
Those are the two games that I really enjoyed watching. The Brave Gladiators. But then now, the worst that you think this is the worst game that we played, we could have been better. Even if whether you won the match or you lost it, we could have been better than this. Which one is it?
I think it's the Ghana game where we played in Ghana. I think we lost. Is it 3-2? Yeah. For me, that game was the saddening, because I feel like the outcome could have been different. So that was like the worst moment, because it was just a matter of beating Ghana and then we're through to the AFCON. And then we lost that opportunity. So that was, for me, the worst game.
I think that's the sad game as well, that I thought you guys didn't apply yourself the way you could have applied yourself. AFCON, women AFCON, WAFCON.
Yeah, WAFCON.
It's always been so near yet so far, that final hurdle. Will we really ever see the Brave Gladiators qualifying? I know we hosted it, but we would love you guys to qualify through the qualifiers. Is it possible that will happen?
It's definitely possible. It's definitely doable. It's just a thing of investing in women's football. Give us the training that we so need, because we can't expect us to train for 2 weeks and perform against a country like Zambia with people that play football outside of Zambia. That is just not going to work for us. So it's not, I wouldn't really blame us as players. Yes, we are also to be blamed to a certain extent, but I would really blame the association, because we don't give enough time for the players, for the team to train, to prepare well, because it's an AFCON, it's a WAFCON, it's one of the biggest competition, actually the biggest competition on the African continent. So why don't we give the necessary preparation, the necessary time for the people to prepare well and perform at that level? So yes, we will definitely qualify someday. Maybe not yes, because the qualifiers are already ongoing, AFCON teams, but definitely in the next 4 or 5 years
we are going to qualify.
I am very positive. Okay. With the way that we are going right now, I think it's definitely doable.
So what does the COSAFA Cup victory mean to the Brave Gladiators and to Namibia? What does it show? Does it say we have done enough?
No.
Does it say if things are done correctly, this is what we can do? Does it say the talent is there? Let us just show our talent. And what does it say?
For me, it shows that it's actually doable. It just goes to prove that if you give the girls the necessary time to prepare well, they will actually perform well. So again, it's just a matter of giving us that preparation time to prepare well, get ready for competitions of this nature, and then we will perform well. So this COSAFA championship means really everything to us. It means everything to every teammate of mine, every player that has been through the footballing structure. It means so much. I don't know if you've noticed, but when we were at the airport, you could see the likes of Julian Garisas. They were so happy to see this because this is something that has never happened in women's football.
Right.
And to see this and to witness this lively means everything to them. So all those years that they have invested in football, this is the fruits of their hard work.
Let's talk about Jackie Shipanga. She is the one, obviously, who exposed most of you to football.
Yes.
She's also, especially with you. I've traveled a bit of Africa, not that much, but I've traveled quite a few countries. And when every time when I say I'm coming from Namibia and I'm talking to a football person, they would always say, "Oh, how is Jackie Shipanga?" Yeah. So I started doing my research on, but why is it that people always ask me about Jackie? Why don't they ask me about Zenata or Shalulile or whoever, or somebody different?
Yeah.
She has done so much for women's African football.
Yes.
Why is it that we are not utilizing her here? If you, from your own observation, because I think other African countries, like I can tell you Uganda, Botswana, Malawi, maybe even Tanzania to a certain extent, women's football structures were set up by her. But here, are we utilizing a maximum, to a maximum potential?
We are not maximizing her full potential, and that's where we as Namibia are that's why we are where we are right now. Countries like Tanzania, like you mentioned, making use of her expertise, her knowledge and all of that. Obviously, if you make use of somebody's knowledge and expertise, it will only get better for your country and your association and your women's department. So until NFA realizes that, it won't do us any justice. So it's a thing of NFA must make use of her talent, her expertise at the association to the fullest potential. I feel like one of the portfolios that she can fill is she can also be an advisor to the coach of the senior women's national team, because one, she knows us best. Second, she has worked with us for such a long time. She knows all our strengths and our weaknesses. So it's just a thing of NFA putting her in a portfolio that can benefit us directly as players. Yeah.
And let's look at the league, the local league, the Namibian league. There were days when you guys will be hammering teams 26-0, 11-0, 15-0. But now it seems like the tide is changing.
Yeah. The teams are also getting better. We must also acknowledge that.
Okay.
Yes, we are trying to be better every time, but again, the teams are also catching up. And again, it just goes to show that women football is developing. It's getting better in the country. And as Namibia, if we look from outside, we don't want to see 10-0, 15-0 and all of that. It will have, somebody would say, this league is not competitive enough, so why would I even want to watch this league? So if you see score lines like 1-0, 0-0, you can say, oh, okay, this looks like a very competitive league. So again, the teams are catching up. The teams are getting better. The likes of NAS, the way you would beat them 10-0, those days are gone. Now you see Ongos beating them only 3-1. So,
but it's almost, are you guys aware of that the teams are changing? Because I feel like you have taken off the foot on the pedal, off the pedal?
No, we haven't actually. We just came to realize that the teams are getting better. So we also need to step up our game. We must not be complacent and we must not be idle and not be in the same position. We must try to also become better, and then so that they don't catch up on us. So yeah, that's what we are trying to do. And
in terms of the development of the league, we have seen also an influx of foreign players coming into the country. Last year, I think Ongos had a goalkeeper from Botswana. African stars. I think they had 2 or 3 players from
Angola.
And this time around we saw, I think, a player from South Africa joining Ongos as well. How good is that to have those foreign players coming to play football in the Super League?
It's a good sign. It only boosts the Super League at the end of the day, because then it means that, we have internationals that are interested in joining the F&B Women's Super League. Again, it just goes to show that, this league is well structured. It's very competitive. Why don't we join in this league? For example, like the player from South Africa. I mean, there are so many other teams that she could have joined in South Africa, but she opted to come to Namibia. So what does it say? It says, okay, this league is actually well structured and is well competitive. So let me join this league. Yeah.
And talking about players coming to Namibia, we have also seen some Namibian players going outside the country. Like we see Zenata, she has been all over Europe, very in Germany. There was Kodom in the States, and there is Millicent. She was also in the States. Quite a few players have gone to play in the States, obviously with college education. Was there no will from your side to say, maybe I should also go and play outside?
I actually was playing outside.
In the States, okay.
Yes, I was.
That was school, right?
No, I was playing. Yes, I was playing
and studying.
Playing and studying.
Okay.
Yes.
After that, was there no way to say, let me go to Europe?
I mean, the desire and the will and
everything
has always been there, but it's just unfortunate that some of the opportunities didn't materialize. 2 years ago, I had an opportunity to go to Europe, and because of some certain issues that didn't go well, so I unfortunately couldn't go.
Is that a regret?
I mean, to a certain extent, yes, because I would have really loved to have gone to the other side and played football and grown as a football player, but it's unfortunate. Things also happen for a reason, and so that didn't materialize. But then I didn't despair. I continued my football with Turame, with Ongos Ladies FC, and here I am today. So
you're right, some things happen for a reason. And looking now at studies, obviously you did study at UNAM, you studied in the States.
Yes.
You said business management?
Business administration.
Business administration.
Yes.
Is that the only thing that you've studied? You've never really bothered to do anything sport-wise or coaching?
So that's not the only thing. I did a coaching course with NFA, so I have an NFA C license.
Okay.
And I am also doing another course with FIFA, which I expect to graduate very soon.
What is the course?
It's a players executive program. So basically a program for footballers that are either finished playing football or that are transitioning from football into their careers. So we are like the first cohort that are doing that program, and expected to do some presentation next month. So I'm preparing for my final presentation and my final project with that. So those are the main things that I've studied. NFA C license, and then my school. But I didn't do sports management, unfortunately. Okay. Something that is still in my mind, something that I'm still gonna do.
Okay.
Still at the back of my mind. Yes,
okay.
So.
No, you must definitely go for it. We will encourage you and support you to do that. I've also met you at Cricket Namibia. What were you doing there?
So I was an intern at Cricket Namibia doing commercial work and social media. So basically there are some of the boards that you see at the fence. So I did selling of those boards, and then I managed their Facebook and Instagram page of the cricket ground.
The cricket ground, okay.
Yes.
You worked there. You were there for quite some time. I think it was 6 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you learn that's different from? I mean, it's cricket and football. What did you learn if you compare the two with that little time of yours that you were there?
I feel like with Cricket Namibia, they are more organized. There's a lot of structure in place, and it's just really well managed. And when somebody says this, when the CEO says this, that is done, and it is really executed. So it's just the structure within Cricket Namibia that is just top tier for me.
What can NFA learn from them? Because they should obviously they all. I know you have not worked with the NFA's not executive, but at the thing you just go there to play football. But I'm sure there are things that you saw. For instance, when the women's team is playing, this is done for the women's team, because they do have a women's team as well.
Yes.
And then you think, okay, this is done for cricket ladies. If the NFA can do it for us, I'm sure it would be. What would you say would be there?
One of the biggest advice I would say is NFA must just go to Cricket Namibia and visit the facility, first of all, and just get first-hand knowledge from either the CEOs, from the marketing managers, and all the people that are working there, so that they understand how they do things firsthand. But one of the things I've really learned, I think NFA can learn, is how they prepare their games. Games and meetings are already done 6 months before. Like this World Cup that is happening next year, it was already prepared for already last year when I was there. People were preparing 2 years in advance. And I think that is not something that the NFA does. So the planning process is done well in advance, and I think NFA can emulate that. Because again, you'd see us at NFA coming into camp 2 weeks before a big competition, whereas the women's cricket team would go a month and a half. They travel outside the country to go and train. Yes, to go and train. So you can already see the preparation that it took for that team to go a month in advance. So that meant the preparation was done way before they actually traveled. So yeah, the planning process for me is what NFA can really learn. But outside of that, NFA must just go to the facility, visit the facility, because the CEO did say that he's welcome to having associations to come and visit and learn from them. So yeah.
And you speaking about the facilities, you guys for the past 5, 6, 7 years, you haven't played at home.
Yes.
Do you miss playing at home?
I miss playing at home. I miss the home crowd advantage. I miss that so much. The last time I played in Namibia was in 2019 when I played against Botswana. And ever since, I've been playing outside. And locals are also not allowed to come in. I mean, Namibians can also not come watch games in South Africa because of now security reasons and whatnot. So that home crowd advantage, people just screaming your name in the crowd and all of that, I miss that so much.
So that's a very difficult thing, to talk about. I don't know what you can say about it, but NFA, we need the team to come and play at home. Government, we need the team to come and play at home. Please help us do something with the team coming to play at home. The girls and the boys really need to get the support from us here at home. Maybe as we conclude, there is a year. The last year is almost, but you guys won the trophy at NFA. I think it was 2023.
Yes.
You brought your family along to come and witness that. Why did you do that?
I brought them along because firstly it was my last game for the league for that season. And I just wanted to see where I go every Saturday and every Sunday. Because yes, they know I go play football, but I just wanted them to feel.
Oh, so they thought you go and do other naughty things.
Yes, so I'm like, come see what I do on a Saturday and a Sunday afternoon, man, and my sisters and my siblings, and winning that trophy and having them there. Oh, it was so beautiful. It was really beautiful.
I saw some pictures of you with the trophy with your mom.
Yes.
How was that moment, and when you look back at that moment after your mom passed, what does it say? So
the first feeling that came to my mind when that specific day when I took that picture with her, I was reminded of the 2009 moment when I took a picture with her. I'm like, you gave me permission to play this game, and look what I'm creating out of this game, and look how happy I am. And just for her to see me in my element, seeing me happy, made me so happy.
And you now winning the COSAFA trophy and she's not there, how do you feel about it?
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's obviously an emotional thing for you.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry about that.
I mean, I've always wanted...
Okay, we had to take a brief moment there, just to allow Lovisa to settle down. Let's move on maybe and look at the COSAFA. What are the plans for next year for the COSAFA?
I mean, we have already set the bar so high. So
you guys are going to defend it?
Yes, we want to defend that COSAFA title and again win it. But the pressure is also very high on us, and again, expectations to winning the title.
I'm worried that you're saying. I'm worried that you're saying you're going to defend it. I don't you guys putting yourself under so much pressure, and looking at what happens in terms of the preparations, in terms of everything. Would you not be putting too much pressure on you guys?
I mean, the pressure is already coming from outside, so might as well put it out there and say it anyway. Because again, people expect us to win, so we might as well just say we want to defend the champion, because that is the expectation from people. But again, yes, we are putting a little bit pressure on ourselves, but we also want to defend that title.
And then we have Coach Lucky coming to the Brave Warriors. What impact has he had in terms of, obviously there was groundwork that was done before he came on, but he comes in and he manages to continue with the progress that has been there and take the team to the next level. I know we have played in the knockout stages before. I know we've played in the final before and lost, but he comes in and he takes us a step further. What impact has he had?
He really had a lot of positive impact on the overall success of the team. It's just unfortunate, like even with the Zambia team, that he didn't get enough time to actually execute his game plans with us well in time. But I personally feel that he's a very good addition to the Brave Gladiators team. It would be good to have him for a longer period with the national team, so that he also just blends in well, and then we just get used to his style of things and all of that. And I think with that, we will really perform well going forward into next competitions that might come up, the AFCON competitions that might come up in years to come.
3 things that you want for you guys to defend the trophy. If the association comes down and says, okay, as team captain, give us a list of 3 things that you want from us as the association for us to defend, for you guys to go and defend the trophy and maybe qualify for AFCON, what would you put down?
I think number 1 is enough preparation time.
What is enough preparation?
Let's say, for example, we have a game coming up in a month's time or what. Let's prepare 3 months in advance.
Okay.
Let's prepare 3 months in advance. That is one of the major things that will help us. If we train enough, we perform really better. And that's one thing I've observed and I've realized over the past years with the team. Good facilities. Yes, we don't have the best facilities, but good facilities will work. We cannot be training at, let's say, for example, NFA. That's not good standard for a team like a senior women's national team. And then we get a fixed coach that can actually be with us in the long run, in the long term. Because even before we prepared, there was 1 week we having this coach, next week we are having the other coach, the other week at some point we didn't even know who our coach is. So it's the planning, the facility, and a permanent coach. Yes.
So those would be your 3 main things that you would request for the team.
Yes.
You didn't speak about money, that they should pay you money, but it's fine. We are not going to talk about money issues. They are always a problem. Because I would have gone and said money. My first thing would have been money.
Money is an endless conversation. That one we can have in the boardroom.
In the boardroom,
yes.
But yeah, that's a good thing to see, especially with the training, the facilities and things.
Yeah.
Right now, I'll ask you one thing that you want from somebody. Who do you want to come and sit there where you're sitting next?
Who do I want?
Yeah.
Who do I want? I want Jackie Shipanga to come. I want her to come and tell her story, and I want people to hear her story and understand why we are the way we are. So I would really love, if it's not Jackie Shipanga, Jackie Hertz should come.
So I'll give you the homework. Please convince them for me. Because I've tried to get them.
Really?
Yes, I've tried to get them in.
I really want them to come on the show.
Please, I'm begging you. I'm giving you homework. That's the only thing I'll ask you. That please talk to Jackies, the 2 Jackies, that they come and we hear the woman story and let's see what how these girls are here, how they ended up being at COSAFA, on a COSAFA podium, lifting a trophy like that, because those are once in a lifetime moments, and for some of us, we are lucky to have witnessed that, and we want that story to still continue to resonate. Now, my second final question to you is, in as open and frank as you can be, inspire a young Lovisa Mulunga to become what a Lovisa Mulunga that is sitting next to me right now is right now.
I would say stick to your values and your principles. Never back away. Remember where you come from. Remain very disciplined, really. Remain disciplined. Hard work will get you where you want to be. And remember why you started. Never forget the reason why you started whatever you are starting, be it your football career, be it your netball career, be it, it doesn't matter. But in the context of football, remember why you started to play the football that you're playing now.
And to any other young Namibian lady out there?
To all, even the boys, they say we should not neglect the boy child. Because we're at the State House, they said we must not neglect the boy child. So to all the girls and boys out there, I would say, balance your schoolwork with your sporting career. Prioritize the things that are important to you. And again, remain disciplined. Remain disciplined and always work hard towards what you want to achieve.
Okay, so the final question now is, it's twofold. First of all, the best 11 that you have played with in the national team, and then secondly, the best 11 that you have played it at club level, that you have played with at club level.
Yeah.
So let's start with the club level. Who are the best 11 players? Starting from the goalkeeper, we'll say 4-3-3 formation. Starting from the goalkeeper, going all the way up.
So who are my best 11
players that you've played with, and you can justify why you chose me to be your goalkeeper if I played with you at club level, but you don't need to justify.
So I'm picking a team at national level.
No, let's start with club level.
With club level.
Goalkeeper?
Goalkeeper, I'll go with Melissa Matthews.
Okay.
Because her qualities are immaculate.
Okay.
On the right back, I would go with Faith. She has Faith from Mighty Gunners. She has really performed really well.
Okay.
Yeah. And then myself in the center back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that your preferred position, center back?
I think I've grown to be a good center back, but I am a very good right back. But over the years, I feel like center back position I've cemented that position so well, and I've mastered it so well.
If I was a coach, I would use you in central midfield.
I mean, sometimes I could do that too, but I feel like I'm more stronger when I am in the center back. I have more view of what's happening when I'm in the center back.
Okay, so would you pair yourself with the center back?
I would pair myself with Julia Rushindo from Ongos Ladies.
Okay.
And then left back, I would put Ndapewa Katuta for the club.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons. Left wing, Yvonne Cooper. That
up and down, yeah?
Yes. And then my two central midfielders will be, depending if we are playing a defensive or an attacking formation.
No, we're playing a 4-3-3, so remember that, eh?
Okay, 4-3-3. Yes. Oh, okay, 4-3-3.
Let's start with three midfielders.
The three is most now Yvonne. And then I would put Asteria. And then I would put
Asteria Angula.
Yes, Asteria Angula. And then I would put Blow on the right wing.
Juliana.
Yes, Juliana Blow.
Okay.
And then 4-3-3. And then I would put Hanavi as the lone striker in the middle. And then on the right side, I would put Anna Shukusho. And then on the left side, I would put... Who would I put?
That's club level.
Yeah, that's club level, yes.
On the left side.
Yeah. I would put this young girl from Julino. I just don't know her name.
Okay.
Yeah, I would put her.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know her name.
She plays as a striker.
Striker, yes, yes.
Okay, we'll try and find out the name. And we'll
Deadly
try and
one.
Yes. We'll try and put it. We'll just put it on the screen.
Okay,
right here.
Okay.
Now for the national team.
For the national team.
That's a difficult one.
It's very challenging. I think I would still go with the same back four.
Okay, so it's Matthias,
Melissa,
Faith at right back,
and then
Katuta at left back,
and then Bakonja and myself.
Pakonja, who's Pakonja?
Pakonja is also from Mighty Gunners.
Okay.
Yes, number 6.
Left-footed?
She's right-footed,
Right-footed,
yeah,
okay,
the
alright.
number 6.
Okay.
And then, but in this instance, I would play a 4-4-2 system.
okay,
Yes.
alright.
And then I would put Asteria and Millicent.
And who?
Millicent.
Millicent, okay.
And then on the left wing, I would put Yvonne again. And then the right wing, I would opt for Blow as well.
Juliana, okay.
Yes. And then right in front is Zenata and Hanavi.
Hanavi, okay.
Yes.
Hanavi is the tall girl.
Yes.
The new girl, the tall one.
Okay, not new, but
Yeah,
the
tall one,
from
yeah.
UNAM.
From UNAM, okay.
That's my
That's a
deadly
good
team.
team.
That
And who would be the coach at club level?
Shama Gure.
Shama, okay.
Yeah, Shama
Alright.
Gure, assisted by Coach Tuba.
They refused to come, by the way.
Assisted by Coach Tuba Sibanda,
okay.
yes. And then with the senior national team, Coach Lucky Kakova as the winning coach, assisted by Coach Woody Jacobs.
Woody Jacobs,
yes.
okay. All right. All right, Lovisa, thank you very much for coming through. We've really spoken for a long time now. I thought I was going to keep you for 30, 40 minutes, but thank you very much for coming. And once again, congratulations. We are proud of you here at Game Time, and the whole country is proud of you guys. Please keep on keeping on and keep on pushing. We'll be right behind you.
Thank you so much for having me.
That was another edition of Game Time with Marco, speaking to none other than the Brave Gladiators winning captain, Lovisa Mulunga. There's only one captain who's won it for the Brave Gladiators, and it's Lovisa. And she joins, that is Tiga Gachere, as the only 2 captains Namibia have had lifting the COSAFA Cup, and we hope for more success for her. She's still playing for the national team, and Ronald is not playing, so she still has a chance to actually win another trophy, and we hope that she does qualify with the Brave Gladiators for the AFCON.
Yeah.
Would love to see them there challenging for a space at the World Cup. My name is Marco Ndlovu. It's been a pleasure being in your company. Please do make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel, and make sure that you share with your friends, families, and acquaintances. We'll be back again next time. Bye-bye.